Okay, total football talk again. Barça ties against Napoli 1-1 in the Champions League. What do you think?
So it was a good game by Barcelona, but honestly, I don't know who to give more credit to. Napoli was really bad on the defensive side, but Barca looked really good moving forward. Their movement was on point. They did a lot of those passes that you like to see, in the spaces and things like that, and there was a lot of really good movement.
It's funny because, I was a little afraid of Napoli because they're a big club and they have quick players and stuff like that, but to be honest, they were probably less of a threat than Granada or any of these other La Liga teams that we've seen play against Barca. That being said, Barça did pretty well, I think. Lack of intensity still maybe, but moving and giving those passes in tight spaces. I think that Lewandowski goal came from one of those kind of passes from Pedri, which was really good. Yeah. And Lewandowski finish, I gotta say, world class. Even though I'm not a Lewandowski backer, but it was nice. I think the Napoli goal was just a mistake by Íñigo, no? A really bad mistake.
Yeah, one that you don't want to see from any defender, really. And if I'm honest, if Napoli came out the way they came out in that second part of that second half after that goal, they would have probably given Barcelona a lot more trouble.
That's true.
They didn't come out really prepared. I feel like they came out scared. Barca's not really a team that you should be playing scared against. Any team that comes with them with intensity is going to give them trouble. And they came out really scared.
And the way they did, Osimhen and Cavara were really quiet because even though they're fast and they're dangerous, they didn't really get any real good balls, any good opportunities or anything. So, it's looking good for Barça in the Champions League going forward, at least after this leg.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty good. Oh, I forgot we just keep going. Yeah. Okay. So we'll have to cut there. But what's the next one? Speaking of the Champions League, who do you have it being in the final and who do you think is going to win it?
So I think a sleeper. I think Inter is looking really good right now. I think they're gonna make it back. I hope they do. They look really good. They're top of the table or top of the league in Italy.
They just beat Atletico 1-0.
1-0, yeah, and they just look really good. Last year again they were really good as well.
So who are they playing?
So that's a tough one, and it's got to be between two teams. I think it's Man City. They obviously they're in the running and they look really good as always. Yeah. And then I think it's gonna be Real Madrid, the other team.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which one you got to pick two? You got to pick two. Inter versus who?
Inter. I'm gonna say against Man City again.
Okay. Who wins it?
I gotta give it to Man City.
Okay. I like that. I'm calling Man City versus Arsenal because those are the total football teams, the Cruyffista play styles, and I would love to see an Arsenal City final. Those games are always fun to watch, but I'm still going to call City. City's too good. Yeah. There's nothing that anybody can do. If they want to win it, they're going to win it.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got in La Liga, going on in La Liga, Barça is going to beat Getafe finally. 3-1, I'm calling. Getafe is one of those tough ones because they're very dirty. They're very physical. That's what they set out to do. Yeah. But what do you think is going to happen?
I think it's going to be a 2-0. I think I'm going to go with your clean sheets that you've been calling for a while. I think they're finally going to get it this.
I'm going to be upset if I've been calling it for so long and I never get it. Now you get it.
Yeah, I think it's about time. They looked really good against Napoli this week, and I think they're going to move that that momentum into the Liga. Yeah.
I'm hoping Lamine gets on the score sheet again because he's been looking really good. Yeah. But a 2-0 or a 3-1. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Did you? Let me see. Did you hear Frenkie he was pissed at the reporters?
No, what's going on?
It's crazy during the midweek because they've been saying a lot in the media and stuff that Frankie's not happy with Barça and he's ready to leave or whatever, which was upsetting me because I was starting to believe it. But Frenkie came out and straight up said, like, hey, I'm getting pissed off at all these fake news and all of you guys that aren't even embarrassed at putting these news out. Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow, then, good for you, Frenkie. Yeah. Good for you. But that was really cool to see because, again, I was starting to believe it. And that's scary because we need Frenkie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I think it's... if he came out like that and talked to him, basically to his face, I think more players need to start doing that.
Yeah,
hold these journalists accountable for the things they're saying. Because most of the time they're probably lying about the things that they're saying. And come on, you don't want to hear that from any journalist about any player.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy that you can just say whatever you want, and because what are we gonna do? Not believe the media? That's exactly the only way we're gonna get the info. So it's kind of crazy. Staying on Barça. really quick, are you able to say like what made you a Barca supporter in the beginning?
Yeah, so for me personally, I think it started with Dino, the end kind of the Dino era, and then the beginning, obviously, of the Pep Guardiola, Messi era. Really, I'm a real sticker for the IQ of the game,
right?
The intelligence of players, the movement, things like that, and over the goals and things like that. So anytime I see a string of 5, 6, 7, 8 passes that are really well done, that gets me going over more like goals and things like that.
I agree, because I mean that's why we're here, and that's why this is Total Football Talk. It's funny. I think probably most people our age are probably going to start with Ronaldinho. That's kind of where we started. I started watching that, and then I think what makes us like confirms that we're culés forever is then having that Pep era, but then also looking at the history that we see that just like that phrase says, "Más que un club," more than a club. It's not just political, but it's also just the history that comes with it. The Cruyff coming in and changing everything, and how the way we play matters, not just winning. Which most clubs it's you got to win. That's kind of it. And here you have to win and play well, play a certain style, not just well. So I think that's kind of what did it. But with speaking of those legends, start, bench, drop. David Villa, Lewandowski, or Samuel Eto'o?
That's pretty easy one. It's not too difficult. Okay. But first, right away, I'm throwing Lewandowski out. He's out of the club.
I agree there.
We're selling him right away. The difficult one is between Villa and Eto'o, but I think I would choose David Villa.
Start?
Start, and then benching Eto'o. I think Villa was just a perfect balance of everything that you wanted in one of those strikers. He had that first touch. He had the shot power. He had the shot accuracy. He was able to dribble players left and right, and he was just an amazing player for Barcelona.
That's funny. I have the exact same list. Start David Villa, bench Eto'o, and drop Lewandowski 100%. But maybe somebody older than us here can prove us wrong or give us a reason why Samuel Eto'o should be at top. But I think it has to do with the fact that we watched David Villa a lot. We didn't get to see Samuel Eto'o as much. We've seen videos and stuff. He looks amazing. But I think it goes back to that nostalgia that we remember, like the 5-0 that only Soccer Cards loves, and things like that. But David Villa start, Eto'o bench, and Lewandowski drop. Now here's a really hard start, bench, drop.
All right.
Xavi, Iniesta, or Busquets? What are you doing there?
Man, this is gonna kill me. But if I had to choose, I think I'm starting Iniesta.
Okay.
World class, legendary player. I'm benching Busquets.
Okay.
And then I have to drop Xavi, unfortunately.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, this is really, really tough. I don't want to drop any, but I'm gonna say I'm benching Iniesta.
Okay.
That's where I start. I bench Iniesta. And then the difficult part, I'm dropping Xavi.
Yeah.
I love Xavi, and I think he might have been more important than Iniesta to Barcelona, but I just loved watching Iniesta. So Iniesta's bench, Xavi's dropped, and Busquets is starting solely because, like we mentioned before, that position is what makes that Barca style. And I think they won as much as they did. Yeah, of course they had Messi and so many stars, but without Busquets, I don't think it's possible. So I think we have to start Busquets, bench Iniesta just because I love his style, and I drop Xavi, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but it all works out.
Now, speaking of that era, that 2010 roughly, if Madrid legend Xavi Alonso came to Barcelona to coach, would you accept him or would you be angry at that?
So I think I would accept them. I'm not on board with this whole, unless it's somebody that really, put down Barcelona or something like that. Xavi was never one of those players.
Like Ronaldo, would you ever take Cristiano Ronaldo as a manager at Barca?
Probably not.
Okay.
No, definitely not. But Xavi Alonso has always been one of those players that you just highly respect as a player and a coach. He's one of those players, Puyol and others alike, Iniesta. You just respect him overall, and if he came, he's doing really well at Leverkusen, and you see the way he plays with his players, and you want to see that kind of play style at Barca.
That's the other thing. I agree 100% that the reason I would accept him also is because he's one of those players that you can't hate, just like Iniesta, Xavi, and all these other players. But the biggest thing is he's playing the Barça way.
Yeah.
He's playing the Cruyffista way. Whatever anybody else wants to say, he is.
Yeah.
He learned from Pep, it seems like. I'm sure he learned things from Mourinho and all these other managers, Ancelotti and everybody else he had. But he's playing the Barça positional gameplay. So yeah, I would love him at Barça.
Yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah. And what are we supposed to say? Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, all that stuff.
We'll see you guys next week for more Total Football Talk.
Yeah.